This Hell's Kitchen video contains elements that are not suitable for children under the age of 14. Viewer discretion is advised. Carpe diem, my name is Ultranatic, a lover of many passions, including reality shows like Hell's Kitchen. And you know the Chinese proverb, good things come in pairs? Well, Hell's Kitchen has plenty of good things that come in pairs, especially the topic of today's video, double boot episodes. Yeah, has anyone ever noticed that many of Hell's Kitchen's most iconic moments occurred in episodes where two people went home? I mean, that double dose of eliminations already has the episode to be primed to be entertaining as is, but what can be added on top of them that so genuinely delights me? The episodes that, for one reason or another, give double the drama, double the ups, and thusly double the excitement. It's a goddamn trip. So I'll be ranking my favorite episodes where two people went home in the span of it. Whether it be from traditional eliminations, rage quits, mega exits, so on and so forth. And before anyone asks, no triple eliminations, such as those in Hell's Kitchens 23 and 24, are not eligible. I said double boot episodes. A triple boot would be cheating anyway. Incidentally, I'm not sure they make this top 10 regardless, it's pretty stacked. I digress. This is a tribute to the episodes that are potentially twice as good as most of the others on virtue of the number of boots they have and the number of high points they've given us. So don your glasses to double your vision. You won't swipe my memory, shut up. This is a list of what I consider the top 10 double boot episodes in Hell's Kitchen. Number 10. Season 7, Episode 2, Andrew and Mikey. I want to give the Cliff Note version of these episodes, by the way, since you only make this list if there is a lot to talk about. And by God, there is a lot for this one especially. Because this very season is a lot. I call the Survivor Gabon of Hell's Kitchen because no one seemed to have direction, even many of the later front runners near the start. The reward challenge here of cooking for different styles of eggs highlight that, with Scott unintentionally sabotaging Sal's eggs, Jay being in denial that his scrambled eggs were that bad, and of course the red team not being able to follow rules, with Autumn taking over most of Siobhan's dishes and Siobhan having the spine of a boundless paper bag to compensate.
How are you guys? Oh no, I just gotta cook more, man. I thought it was cook. Cook it more, quick. You got like 10 seconds. Get on a high heat right away.
Scott comes out from behind and says, no, put him back in, cook him some more. I thought they were perfect.
Laboratory Michael, let's go. Does that come off? Why is it so grainy?
Scott told me he was kind of running. I'm not the best person in the house, but at least I don't brag about it like him. I'm this, I'm that. And in the end, you can even cook eggs.
Ed and Jay. Does it bounce?
I think I made a great egg. He didn't say make it look the best, he said make it taste the best.
Siobhan, by yourself. Soft-boiled egg. How long do you boil it for?
My teammates helped me, Chef.
Your teammates helped you?
Yes, Chef.
I asked you to work on your own.
I could, and I
You'll
wanted
be working
to.
by yourself. So if you wanted to, why didn't you?
Because there was pressure from my team. Are you serious? Not from my team, from Autumn.
So you only poached one egg in 5 minutes. How can I make it any more clearer than that?
I should have pushed her out of the way, and I'm so mad at myself that I didn't.
Yeah, this season is a mess and I love it. You know, until the Black Jackets where it loses a lot of intrigue, but you can't win them all. Ironic for this season since, fun fact that I never noticed until recently, Season 7 was the first ever season where both teams finished the first, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 dinner services. Yeah, every diner fed. That had never happened before, and I suspect no one notices that since both teams do lose service here anyway, with the red team making a bevy of mistakes from the likes of Autumn, Nilka, and Jamie, and the blue team with Salvatore, Mikey, and Jason.
Autumn is helping Siobhan with her risotto.
She's cooking it, yet she's seasoning it. Can you cook me a risotto?
Yes, Chef, but she wants to do it, and I'm trying, and she's...
Tell her to get lost!
I said that to her, and she keeps butting in, so I'll just tell her again.
Garnish, please!
I'm coming, Chef.
I've got all the meat here, madam.
Yes, Chef, I'm coming.
Give me a time.
A minute and a half, I promise you.
Take the stuff back. She's miles away. I'm going all together. I'm not gonna shout spinach, potato, carrot.
I don't know what the hell happened. I just got lost.
Salmon crispy as on the bottom. Because the pan that you put them in were like smoking. Like, I'd expect her to sear a beef in it.
Chef Ramsay lost it and just went like Satan on my ass.
That wouldn't even pass as kitty cat food. Here, what are the desserts?
Passionate tangerine tart.
Pesh. Hold on.
Passionate.
What?
How the hell I forget, these 4 freaking dessert? How? Caramel chocolate tart with banana ice cream.
Yeah.
Berry pudding.
Berry pudding? It's Italian, you
Undercooked rice.
Oh. Yeah, gold star, cooked rice. The rice is bullets. I'm pissed off. What's going on? Not even talking to me. Where's the chicken?
2 minutes, chef.
Oh. Is that Oh. I'm not cooking like that. So the chicken's raw, yeah? And you're frying it like a first class. Look at that. Fine dining.
No, chef.
A fine mess.
But none of those are the highlight. No. The big screw up is Andrew on Blue Team Garnish just imploding sporadically and then giving an exit that is both massively disrespectful, but low-key awesome. Sorry, if Andrew weren't so awkward and unlikable, I think more people would be on board with him for how he just off after Gordon Ramsay berates him.
You put the thick stuff in, you add the runny to it.
That was a brilliant idea, chef.
That's a brilliant idea, chef. You think this is funny, don't you? That's not going to make any ounce of difference there. It's gone.
That's not true.
Get out.
Yes, chef.
Yeah. Off. Let me tell you something straight. You've got nothing right. You don't care. You got no respect. And do you know what? You're a joke to the industry. Yeah, that's what you are.
What are you doing here?
I'm walking out the damn door. What does it look like I'm doing? That man asked me to leave, and you expect me to stay here.
There are, I don't know how many people which would be willing to be in your shoes.
They can take my shoes, Jake. Look, I don't need this. I'm walking out these doors.
So, yeah, both teams are deemed losers, with Autumn getting fired for something she did in prep and not service. Yeah, that always pans out. And Jason getting more flack than anything, despite the clear weakest person at service, Mikey, avoiding nomination. But not on Gordon Ramsay's watch.
Mikey, get your ass up here. You backed your team up, but not just one service, 2 services, and I can't work with that. Take your jacket off.
Yeah, so this episode was a ride. It's only this low due to Andrew's general demeanor and Maria saying a slur on screen that I don't approve. But if you can look past that, totally get it for those who can, this episode was a shit show and God bless it for being one. It may have started with eggs on the stove, but it ended with the chefs having egg on their face.
Who poached this egg?
I poached that egg, Chef.
1 point off, will you?
Number 9. Season 12, Episode 19, Rochelle and Melanie, and Season 14, Episode 15, Millie and Michelle. So between Season 7 and 14, the final 4 ended up having 2 boots at the end to really put in crunch time. And I'll be frank, most of these episodes were instantly out of contention because they were boring. Not that no one's invested in who makes the finale, but for me anyway, most of the really fun contestants are gone by this point, and as a result, I just stopped caring. But seasons 12 and 14 have such a likable group of finalists that they end up being the exception. I adore these people and even kind of give a crap despite most of what they do being shit we've already seen before. In season 12, we have an especially emotional family visit with Scott and his wife and kids. Taste It Now Make It, with Jason winning and redeeming himself from a prior 0 out of 4 in the blind taste test. And then the final 4 pass run with Rochelle being unsuccessful at giggling per usual, and Scott having one of the best comebacks this side of Johnny Cash.
I wake up with a picture of my wife and kids right next to the bed. That's the last thing I think about at night, and the first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning.
And here we have Gigi, your wife Tiffany, and your son Gavin.
Oh, I miss you. I miss you. Daddy's here.
Congratulations. Jason, well done. Thank you, Chef. Watercress puree, it was.
Thank you, Chef. Rock this challenge out, so yeah, this is my redemption from the blind taste test.
Come on, Rochelle.
Realistically, these aren't very pretty.
Get him over to the hot plate. You don't run to him. You can't leave here.
I'm sorry.
You're driving the ship. Rochelle, come over here a minute. You're running Hell's Kitchen right now.
Yes,
okay, and every 2 minutes she's giggling. Okay, so no one's going to take you seriously. You're running a brigade now.
Yes,
okay, so get a grip and stop giggling.
Listen up. Entrees, 1 halibut, 2 salmon, 1 chicken. Order in.
2 halibut, 1 salmon.
1 halibut, 2 salmon, 1 chicken.
You got it, boss.
Excellent. Finally, his voice.
The biggest thing is, you know, just to make sure that everybody is coordinated and working together. Chef is the one that makes it look easy, you know?
Sous Chef James has hidden a duck breast amongst the chicken order.
Right here, please.
Yeah, he's there, James.
Thank you.
Good.
Chef James. Yeah? James, here, please. I got pink chicken and I got duck breast here, Chef.
Quick,
Pink
James.
chicken and duck breast.
Well spotted. Let's go.
Please.
Urgently, 1 more chicken. Thank you.
Chef, can you taste this for me? I think that was a hell of a lot of garlic in there, isn't there, Chef?
There's a ridiculous amount of garlic in there.
Yeah.
Well spotted.
Hey, guys, I need a refire in this halibut sauce. It's full of garlic. Refire it as soon as possible. Get that rolling.
Now, I can't call it exhilarating, but it's just pleasant to watch. Sometimes reality TV can give me no conflict and just cool personalities, and I am set. The only Final Four member I haven't touched upon is Melanie, who struck me as Mindy Crenshaw in chef form. Always thinks she's right, usually is right, but has enough comeuppance to where you don't get tired of her. So even the less likable people, and Melanie is far from are great at this stage. I feel like that rarely happens. Though not super rarely, as 2 seasons later, we got another fantastic Final Four with the Meganator, Millie from Philly, future sous chef Michelle Dribble, and T-Rific. Until she threw a T-antrum with Heather in season 18, but I addressed that before. And maybe that episode was just how she acts on bad days, which isn't great, but we've all been there before. It shouldn't negate how cool she was on her first outing.
I am a certified meatitarian. I don't venture into the realm of vegetarianism unless I have to. I'm forced. I've been blindfolded and kidnapped.
I liked her drive. I liked her confessionals. Even when she ragged on Michelle, I didn't think she overstepped anything. So I will judge her and this cast purely on their portrayals here. And yes, I like them all. Michelle got the label of annoying, but had the skills to overcome that perception. Megan could be dry, but awesome in the kitchen. And Millie from Philly was the standout fan favorite, especially with his emotional family moment during the vegetarian reward challenge.
Why souffle?
It's a way that I introduce vegetables to my son.
And when you were 15, were you eating souffles?
No way. Man, I was sharing Chinese store platters with me and my boys. Everything that I ever went through, not having food, not having money. This is for my boy. I want to show my son hard work pays off.
Which makes it awful bittersweet that he doesn't make it to the final 2, but that's his week pass run for you.
Table 41, appetizers is going to be 2 risottos, 2 tunas. Second course is going to be 2 halibut, 1 Wellington.
It's only you need to take it first.
Yes, sir.
You need to know it inside out. Never trust them.
Yes, sir.
Only trust yourself.
Millie's first test is on its way to the pass. A risotto made with crab instead of lobster.
Are you happy with the risotto?
Oh, yes, I'm happy with
Taste
the risotto.
the risotto. There's no lobster in there, it's crab. Look at the difference. Stringy.
I was happy with the taste of the risotto. Crab is delicious, but you know, it ain't lobster. And I should have caught that, and that definitely was my bad.
But yeah, those were just his displays on quality control, whereas his leadership was in fact strong, but the point is made. That being said, I don't demand massive highlights in an episode for me to like it, only for those in the competition to give me a good time. And these foursomes all gave me a very good time. In a world where the best cinematic Fantastic Four was The Incredibles.
It's Clobber Time!
Okay, good, but I still like The Incredibles more. It's nice that we have 2 TV seasons of the same superhero team as kick-ass chefs.
It went from the Fantastic Five to the Fantastic Four.
Jason, Melanie, Scott, Rochelle.
I'm sitting in the Final Four. Are you kidding me? Man.
Fantastic.
Yo, no.
Number 8. Season 13, Episode 9, Steve and Frank. Now, you could argue I'm overselling this episode since it's Season 13, most of the episodes aren't really that good. I mean, Sterling's a saving grace in all of them, but aside from him, none of these episodes are really worth returning to, right? Maybe, but I don't think that's giving them enough credit. True, some are inherently skippable, but many have at least one thing that makes them stand out, in my opinion. The premiere's not an all-timer, but everyone remembers this doozy.
JP!
Yes, Chef.
Just pathetic! JR!
Yes, sir.
Just ridiculous!
Episode 2 deserves more credit as a train wreck service in both kitchens, and even Episode 4 shouldn't be discarded as unremarkable. Largely for having one of Hell's Kitchen's most infamous moments, the trio of strongest links, Aaron, Santos, and Steve. Whew, ain't that a debatable title to grant them, agreeing to sabotage their team, to make them stronger overall.
I don't want the downers on our crew. I say we just toss them up.
Yeah. We have some people that can't carry their own. It's Frank, Brian, Sterling, and JR.
Do what we did yesterday. Third half our team kicked out again, and we rock it out. During service, we have to get half our team kicked out so we can knock somebody off our team that doesn't belong here.
Well, this really is opposite day, isn't it?
Yeah, this strategy went over as bad as it possibly could, and that, plus their animosity towards Saint 100, didn't help matters. Now, I best tread lightly with what I say next since I don't wish injury on any of these guys, but Episode 9 is where Steve gets medically evacuated after a punishment.
You all right, bro? Well, like, I can't straighten my leg. My leg doesn't go straight like this. And it's like this sharp shooting pain right here. And this knee's like twice the size of this knee. My knees won't straighten out. It's all around here is all swollen. And it's shooting pain.
I think you know what this means.
I have to leave because my leg. It's heartbreaking. Tell Chef Ramsay I can't go any farther.
Now, I won't call this karma, that'd be callous, and I suspect he didn't have long for the game anyway, given his 3 prior nominations up to that point. But I did catch a few stray comments on YouTube of people who weren't particularly sympathetic to his exit, and I get it. From a narrative standpoint, seeing him go home as soon as he did may have granted some viewers catharsis. That being said, cheering an injury or worse on people that you don't like strikes me as insolent. I wouldn't do it, and I don't recommend anybody else do it either.
It works for me. One less person I gotta get out of here, so see you later, bye. Get well, though.
Nice save.
So, yeah, I've been chronologizing a season/episode so far that aren't beyond defense, but kind of hard to offer any for at the same time. Even the reward challenge isn't especially memorable, except for Brian being one of the few people to dismiss Ramsay's opinion in favor of his own arrogance. Meh, give it a decade, a redhead could win with that strategy. So, how the heck is it on the list at all then? Over Frank, he absolutely makes this episode.
I feel very confident about this. It's fish. They've done it for years.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. This gave us one of the best, but also most tragic curtain calls for any Hell's Kitchen chef. People really grew to enjoy Frank, and I too was a fan from the start. He was both a very big character with a sizable ego, and yet had a very gentle, charming approach. It was impossible to hate the guy. Even said challenge offered a highlight with him rolling the die twice, for shits and giggles and literally nothing else.
Red team, who's gonna roll twice?
I'll roll twice. This is not even about picking the ingredients. I wanted to go twice because I wanted to roll the dice twice.
Man, are lines like that endearing. And that makes for a story where he writes a letter thanking Chef Ramsay fangirl style. I bet it's in reality TV Hall of Fame next to JT's letter to Russell Hantz. And then him having a lesser talked about, but not less spectacular meltdown in the fish station with apogee overflowing. Check out my meltdowns video for a breakdown of that.
Frank is drowning like hell.
You owe me a salmon because you suck at fish station tonight.
I know. Sorry, Chef.
Hey, that's not right. Why? Raw.
Frank,
Raw. Oh, you don't
care. It's this one. It's this one.
I think Frank might have lost it. Hello, Earth to Frank.
This led to a post-mortem where no deliberation was required, and Ramsey sent Frank home then and there. And as rootable as he was, that was an entirely fair decision. But I do love that we got it. Todd in the Shadows has a series where he is drawn towards disasters, and Frank is one of those for me, a disaster that I was drawn towards. In a season deemed the most forgettable in Hell's Kitchen, this episode, and its two boots, are a duo I will never forget.
I'm not trying to do like a Romeo and Juliet thing here. I'm just trying to extend my appreciation.
Number 7. Season 22, Episode 6, Brad and Renisha. A more recent addition to the Hell's Kitchen legacy, this season pleased many people due to having another super rootable cast. With one exception, but a lot of people found that a worthy exception, Jason. One of the newest heels in the Hell's Kitchen pantheon, but in a very love-to-hate kind of way. And one way they capitalized on that was him fumbling in the athletic part of the reward challenge, kicking soccer balls into goals.
Short shorts and everything, here we go.
We got a goal post.
It's the shorts, it's the shorts.
I am not concerned at all. I've got this.
Oh my God.
What's he aiming for?
Jason, we have to cook at some point today. Come on.
Can you just throw the damn ball in?
Jason absolutely sucks. He has no hand-eye coordination when it comes to playing soccer.
And this is followed by a fusion challenge, which includes the following hilarious clips in it.
So what we have is a paella-inspired carne asada taco on the top.
What'd you cook the rice in?
Cook the rice in a pot.
Oh my God.
No, stop. Obviously.
Oh, sorry. Veal stock.
I have no hope for this dish right now.
Oh boy. Should we skip over the lamb and hit the garnish?
Charlie Wozzo, you had the makings of a good dish. It's just unfortunate that this happened.
I infused my rice with brie.
Brie, French cheese.
The cheese, yes, sir.
That sounds disgusting.
Resembling a poke bowl.
It's a poke bowl.
All right, I'm looking for bright, vibrant flavors with poke. This is dark brown and gray.
So, yeah, a fun reward, challenge and all, with a slew of unforgettable scenes, including a genuinely sympathetic moment for Renisha.
I have 6 little ones who need me to be here. I have to make sure I stay in the running for my babies. I'm not finna disappoint my children, and I'm not finna disappoint my self.
This all leads to service where most of the biggest mistakes come from the blue team, like Jermaine cooking in a dirty pan and miscommunication between Jason on fish and Devin on meat.
Jermaine, come here. Make sure that pan is spotless for the scallops, yes?
It's all dirty.
They're all dirty. Come on.
I look over to my left and I'm like, bro, chill. You don't need to get so far ahead. It's not banquet cooking.
Entree to halibut to New York strip.
Yes, chef. I need 8 minutes.
8 minutes. I think he's already seared it, so 8 minutes his halibut's going to be. And Jason, that won't hold for 8 minutes. Timing!
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Jason puts himself above the rest of the team. There's only so quickly that you can cook a steak unless you're a sorcerer.
You saw that too, right? They used Tad playing Quidditch as a transition between scenes. Jesus in heaven, I love this show.
I don't know how many times I ain't got time to tell. Look at me in the eyes. When I talk to you, look at me in the eyes.
Yes, chef.
And after service, this leads to the first boot, not from anyone who truly performed badly, but from the delightful Brad, who sustained an injury during the blue team reward, giving him a bittersweet but loving send-off.
I've given all my energy to this kitchen. It's been one hell of a ride. I want to be 100% and give everyone 100%, and in this moment, I physically cannot.
Despite this, Ramsey still insisted on 2 noms from each team, with Jermaine and Jason being selected for the men, but not without resistance from the obvious culprit, Jermaine. No, seriously, he tries denying the nominees during elimination, which, given his mouse volume edit beforehand, came right the f*** out of nowhere.
Blue team's second nominee, and why?
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Yes.
Chef, I thought we agreed on Devin. That's what I thought, but if I'm wrong, please correct me.
No.
No?
Myself and yourself.
Okay.
And that was a general consensus.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
This didn't matter though, as Renisha, who'd had one too many weak services up to that point, was eliminated instead, leading to another emotional send-off. Yeah, this season is lucky the cast was as memorable as it was, cause I bet a lot of people would hate this episode with how likable Brad and Renisha were. Thankfully the cast is of the highest caliber, so the 2 for the price of 1 deal for eliminations here felt entirely worth it.
Brad's an amazing chef, and losing him hurts. I would burn with Brad any day on any line, and I think he still had a lot to show and prove. Brad should hang his head up high.
Thank you, Chow Marie.
Number 6. Season 22, episode 13, Lee and Damir. Jumping way ahead into the season, the episode prior to this one, where we reintroduced the concept of 6 black jackets, cemented this season amongst the finest in the series run. But the next one, titled Hellish Hangover, I'm not justifying the hashtag, reinforced it. As the final 6 all celebrated, some more so than others.
A little buzzed right now. I've been in the Black Jacket Lounge with Sammy all day, and trying to keep up with her is quite the challenge.
Jonathan,
yes, chef.
first into that Black Jacket Lounge.
Yeah, chef.
Have you sobered up?
Yes, chef. I slept great.
You sure? Because you look like a sack of on a hot day this morning.
Really? Oh, so that's how you're gonna play it. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Yeah, no kidding. I've interviewed this guy, and according to him, that's not the edit. This actually affected him. As far as the comment that Gordon Ramsay made to you about you looking like a sack of shit, did you actually take that to heart, or was there something they were misleading?
No, I got butthurt. No, I got butthurt. I got butthurt that day. I didn't know it was going to be the theme of the day. I didn't. It's interesting as they show me making lunch, like talking about it. They never show us making fucking lunch any other days of the week.
And you know what? I'm not judging him. People have different reactions to different things. We're all human. I've taken things the wrong way. Jonathan is not a bad guy for taking that too much to heart. For comedic comparison, though, isn't that sort of like this?
Quit now? Maybe I'll throw you some petty cash.
No way, Jose.
What? What did you just say? Never call me that again! Jose always has to win! Always! He lives to make me miserable.
Yeah, that didn't make much sense either. But whatever the motivation, it did some critical damage to Jonathan, with him not even being in the top 3 for reward. And that's not even counting his service, where he slips up on garnish several times.
There's no lamb on, you give me lamb garnish. I don't want lamb garnish.
Okay.
And you're on the easiest station tonight,
chef,
so I
yes.
just need better performance from you, okay?
He expects more out of me, and I got to show him more.
Where's the sausage?
Right here, chef, right here.
Yeah, come on, young man.
Dude, are you serious? Of course I dropped my sausage.
I know you don't care, I do. Let's go.
Of course I care, Chef Ramsay. Don't sit here and try to tell me I don't care.
Ice cold again. Jonathan.
Yes, chef.
Come here. Take your glove off. Take your glove off, young man.
I know, chef.
No, but look at me. Look at me.
Yes.
It's the easiest garnish.
I know,
station.
chef.
But as bad as that is, the rest of the kitchen by no means picked up the slack. Damir screwed up on fish despite exceptional leadership in the past, Carmen was frazzled on meat, and even challenge winner Lee messed up the elusive Wellington, which she somehow avoided the entire season up to that point.
Damir.
Yes, chef.
1 cook, 2 undercooked. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Back in.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Now, young man, you hesitated, okay?
Yes, chef.
Carmen, Lee, it's rare. Come on, I need it medium rare. Come on, hurry up.
Yes, chef.
Now.
5 minutes, let's go!
The communication with Carmen and Lee isn't as clear as I would like it to have been.
2-7, 1 halibut, 1 lamb, 4.5.
I'm gonna need about 5.5 on this.
Carmen is saying things, but not directly to me. She's just hollering things out.
I've got the lamb, but I'm not going to slice it because I can't see any fish anywhere. Where's Damir gone?
Damir, where's your halibut? Damir's kind of dropping the ball in the fish station. There's a lot of mistakes happening. If someone needs more time, they need to speak up and say it.
Carmen, Lee.
Yes, chef.
Damir.
Yes, chef.
Come here. That is undercooked, and that is raw. We're going back weeks ago. We're not even on the same page.
Yes, chef.
Jonathan.
Yes,
Damir. Come here. Overcooked salmon.
Yeah,
I'm not serving. Come on.
I know.
Well, don't look at me then.
So I'm going to slice my first Wellington, and I'm realizing I've never sliced a Wellington before. I have been avoiding this Wellington station since day 1.
Black Jacket team, all of you, come here.
Oh, no.
That's how they were handed to me. Would you serve that?
No, chef.
Nor would I. Stop taking the order. Just stop taking the orders.
Okay.
Pause. I've stopped taking orders.
Yes, sir.
To get your heads back in the game.
Yes.
I am not letting standards fly because you don't care.
So, Mary, Mother of God, was this one for the ages. The kitchen got shut down. It was very up in the air who was being nominated since 2/3 of the kitchen crashed and burned. And whereas the last episode surprised people by having 2 additional black jackets at the end, this one surprised everyone by having Damir and Lee be the 2 chefs sent home. And if we're talking just this service, I agree with Damir, but I think Lee was a lesser problem that evening, all things considered. I guess you could say she didn't lead, but not like Carmen did much better. It is what it is, and it definitely gave the viewers a good time, which is what counts the most in the end. A supersized Black Jacket Brigade, a supersized meltdown by Jonathan, and a supersized disastrous performance from just about everyone else leads to a supersized episode in terms of quality.
Stop the orders.
Yes, chef.
Stop the orders. Never thought I'd say that on a night like tonight.
Number 5. Season 19, Episode 2, Kenneth and Elliot. Whereas the last entry had an episode following a milestone, now we have an episode that just is a milestone. The first ever elimination by Gordon Ramsay happening before service started, courtesy of Kenneth McDuffie and the infamous Potato Gate.
That's the trouble with a heartbreak. It's gonna hang around.
Stop. Not every time I mention potatoes does that derelict, racist country grifter need to be brought up. I'd rather talk about Kenneth, who I've also spoken to, and he set the record straight. Potato Gate did not happen as they showed it.
The reason why I said it was a potato, because what they didn't show you guys when I was grating the cheese, that block of cheese went into the cream. When I plated the dish, that dry piece of Parmesan cheese did not go on a plate. So I was set up. That's why when I was like, potato, it's a potato, that cheese was never on that plate. So it's all about how they mimicked the cameras and how they did the edit. So that never happened.
Yeah, and while we only have his word, I say that makes much more sense than just leaving a block of Parmesan in a bowl without noticing it.
What is that?
I have no clue, Chef. It looked like a potato.
A potato?
And I didn't even use potatoes.
We have a potato that has dropped in Kenneth's dish. Potato Gate. You don't know how that got in there.
Chef, I didn't touch potatoes. Potatoes wasn't even a part of my dish.
Taste that. It's a block of Parmesan, you donut. Did you put the Parmesan in there?
Yes, Chef, but I grated the Parmesan cheese.
Grated? It's a block of Parmesan in there.
Now, do I think he was winning the season? With this cast, no. I mean, he deserved more of a chance, but that's like saying Air Bud deserved an NBA trophy alongside all these other grades. I'm sure he has skills, just not at that caliber. What he does have in buckets is geniality. I just love this guy's energy. I bet he gives the warmest, most sincere hugs to those he comes across in real life.
I'm in heaven. Shrimp fell from the sky like, oh! Thank you, shrimp guys. Thank you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you.
But not just Kenneth, this whole crop of chefs was captivating even when they crumbled. One such crumbler was Nikki, who both have bad punishment pass dish and a rocky service.
This is jasmine sushi rice and char-grilled tiger shrimp and a little bit of...
I'm not laughing. Why am I holding it up there like that?
Because it's not cleaned.
Rule number 1 when prepping shrimp, what's the one thing we do?
Clean shrimp.
That's the first thing you do. Hey, come here. Breaking news, the lobster's raw. And it's for Mrs. Vanderpump. Appetizers, 2 risotto, 2 scallop. Heard?
Yes, Chef. Chef Ramsay, I do not understand what you are saying. My brain can't even wrap itself around the accent and the speed and the volume of your voice.
I have 1 order of scallops. Did you cough? Did you give me 2 orders?
Where's the other scallop?
30
Hold
seconds.
on. Hey, look, young lady, can't you cook 2 scallops at the same time?
I can. I misheard, Chef. I apologize.
You misheard? What is going on?
I can't keep it together.
You can't keep it together?
I can keep it together, but it's all right, Chef. She's good.
But that was nothing compared to the Blue Kitchen, where Drew and Peter dropped the ball on meat, and then Elliot on garnish just didn't bother to pick up said ball.
Just touch that duck. I mean, just feel how firm that is on the outside. Overcook it.
Bounce back, boys. Let's bounce
Come
back.
on, guys. Take that back.
Yes, chef.
How long for the refire?
6 minutes, chef. 6 minutes.
Is that lamb in?
No, chef, it is not.
The lamb for the chef table's not even in.
How close are we on the garnish? Garnish. Elliot, did you walk on the garnish?
Elliot, what the are you doing? He's standing there doing jack.
I can't believe what's going on. Elliot's like E.T. You're lost in space. Elliot!
Remember the song Mr. Cellophane from Chicago? This line in particular?
You can look right through me, walk right by me, and never know I'm there.
Yeah. Was that about Elliot? Cause yeesh was this guy a non-presence. And maybe it was a lack of confidence or experience, but you know he didn't have a prayer with this cast. Hell, I'd argue Kenneth should have stayed over him during the punishment pass. Parmesan cheese or not, Elliot's shrimp were deemed by Ramsay as a worse dish than Nikki's, which was dirty if you recall, and Jordan's, which were raw. Raw! His dish was neither of those things. How bad do you have to make something where its suckiness surpasses low standards? Well, the hole actually goes deeper as he was nominated next to Drew and get a load of this.
Elliot, are you a better chef than Drew?
Chef, we have skills in different places, clearly.
Are you a better chef than Drew? Yes or no?
The answer is no, Chef.
Give me your jacket.
Damn. I mean, we all knew it was coming, but this is like the army guys in Toy Story 3 pulling out when they did. A touch premature, but I guess what was meant to be was meant to be.
You just made it easy for me. Good night.
Yes, Chef.
But hey, I can criticize how these exits came about all I want, but what matters more is how much they offered the audience in terms of watchability. And after an over year-long hiatus, this follow-up to the premiere of Hell's Kitchen was one for the books. Something Elliot and even Kenneth may have benefited from hitting to avoid their respective fates.
Eliminating a chef this early is usually quite hard, but tonight, I didn't have to eliminate a chef. I had to eliminate Elliot.
Number 4, Season 3, Episode 8, Josh and Julia. From one milestone episode to another, this was one of those everyone is going to be talking about tomorrow episodes in the show's history. And this is the Hell's Kitchen we're talking about. For all of us Big Brother makes about there never being a dull moment, can we all agree that is objectively untrue? The series has had a Grand Canyon depths amount of dull moments, some full seasons dedicated to them in fact. Hell's Kitchen, however, even in its worst seasons, is one of the hardest shows to make dull in my opinion. To the point I actually stood up for season 13 a little bit. And I will concede that season is still among the weakest, but season 3 is far from that. It's spectacular. I love how much we feasted on here. And this was by far the best episode, as it had train wreck service even worse than Frank's, courtesy of the immortal Josh Waller. One so bad that Gordon Ramsay just couldn't take anymore and did what Rock had been trying to do to him since episode frickin' 2.
Why is the risotto on? Why haven't you got one away? How many risottos are you doing up front? Look at all those pans.
Yes, Chef.
Let me just tell you something. We've opened, we haven't served anything yet, and we've lost money. What the is he doing? What? More spaghetti in there. We cook spaghetti to order. Even the dirtiest, scummiest Italian restaurant in Venice Beach cooks spaghetti to order, you donkey. Every table so far, nothing's coming out. You're standing there, you're screwing me, and you're useless. Do me a favor.
Yes, Chef.
Take that off and what the hell of here? Get out! Get out! Hey, you! Leave the jacket and get out! Give me the jacket. Give me the jacket. You used to sack of Get out!
Yeah, so is it a hot take that Josh wasn't like the worst chef all season? In the conversation, sure, but I think up until maybe the final 6, there was always someone out-sucking him. But not tonight there wasn't. This was incompetence we hadn't yet seen, except for maybe Virginia at the final 4 of season 2. In fact, what happened to her and Josh were essentially the same, except since she earned immunity in the reward challenge, she earned an extra life. While Josh, on the other hand, had just run out.
I would have given my right arm to stay in the service and keep fighting, because I came here with a dream to win. It appears it's over. It appears that Green Valley Ranch is not in my future. Dream's over, guys.
And honestly, the credits could have been rolled there and everyone would have been satisfied, but we did have more, and ironically, I bet it splits people a bit, because the service continues from there and we see low points from both lovable underdog Julia and commendable overdog Rock.
Garnish, please. Julia.
I could have sworn I put it up there.
Have we forgotten the monkfish garnish?
I thought I had already put it up there, Chef. I'm sorry. I don't know what went wrong. I had to redo it. I'm sorry.
Come on then, don't give up then. I can't believe you just, I have to redo it. Okay, but don't give up. Parrots. Oh, no answer. How long's the turbot, please?
Brock, talk to me, babe.
What happened to the turbo?
We're supposed to be going up with that.
Is it not ready?
No, Chef, I was just waiting on the turbo, Chef.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't call me out like that because you're trying to look like the teacher's pet.
Scallops, please.
Yes, Chef.
Where's the spaghetti?
It's coming, Chef. It's coming. Brock, don't go until I say, okay? Because you're going to me up.
Where's the scallops?
Don't do that to me, Brock, okay?
What'd you say? Who the are you talking to? My chef told me to come up there.
And see, I've been grappling with this. Rock's reputation has taken a bit of a dive on rewatches because, unlike most other winners, he showed to have his less level-headed moments where his intensity got the better of him, and that did bother me too. But upon reflection, I think I like seeing that. For one, it keeps the conflict coming without being too nasty, but it also shows some complexity in him. Like, oh, the winner isn't just some flawless kitchen bot in every season. No, they have their shortcomings, they have their unfiring outbursts from time to time, and as long as there's a reason to forgive that, I think that humanizes them more and makes their journey more interesting.
I let some stupid stuff get in there, and it took me off. So I'm disappointing myself, I'm disappointing my family. I just up.
And he isn't even the one who goes home, with that being Julia, who is given another emotional elimination. I think even Ramsey's brokenhearted at this.
You have done phenomenally well. And I'm going to do something now that I've never done before. I am personally going to send you to culinary school. And when you've done that, I want you to come back here and win it hands down. Because there's something quite amazing about you.
And what hurts more than this is that Julia, aside from the finale where she just wasn't feeling it, never returned to Hell's Kitchen again. Heck, even her culinary school training Ramsey offered her, she did take it, and as of a few years ago, is still working at the Waffle House. Which I won't criticize, I mean, who am I, Tiffany? But if other people are surprised she took that path, so am I. She performed magnificently in this season, background be damned. And for all I know, that could be why she never came back, wanting to leave on as good a note as she possibly could. In an episode that ended on an equally good note, with the other eliminated chef leaving on their worst.
Get out!
Number 3. Season 6, Season 8, and Season 9, Episode 1, Louie and Melinda, and Tony and Lisa, and Jason and Steven, respectively. Yeah, this is a tie between every single double elimination premiere. Not just first service, no, it has to be the first episode of the season where 2 people went home. Not that the others are bad, but trust me, all of these episodes are in leagues of their own. And as much as I talk about the iconography of the ones I listed prior, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, and to quote Willy Wonka,
Very pleased we have so much time and so little to see. Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's start with season 6. Among its highlights, we get the first signature dish challenge, as in the best team wins reward even, prior medevac Robert Hess returning at the end, and of course, another catastrophic service on both sides. The worst service, bar none, being Louis, the only chef ever to have competed in a service and be eliminated before the kitchens ever got shut down.
On the meat station, diner chef Louis is tending to the lamb.
Louis!
Yes, sir.
You just put a lamb in the oven?
Yes.
Louis on entrees, and the lamb goes in the oven like that. No salt, no pepper, no seasoning, not even seared.
You're a man. There's a primal instinct inside you that knows how to cook meat. You need to find it.
Louis! What? What is that? Did you bite that? Look! That's one, that's the other. It's on the same table! Look at this! Look at this! Look! Look! What the is this? Louis!
Yes, sir.
Off back there! Get out! Get! Pilot! Get upstairs, get your bags packed!
Can I help? Can I help in the kitchen?
Yeah, you can help me! Oh!
Yeah, Josh Waller looks like Wolfgang Puck compared to this guy. Yes, I just said that. Like, at least he had chances, he had promise, and also wasn't sexist.
Ladies, your punishment is to get those kitchens immaculate.
Women are the best at cleaning, so it's right up their alley.
Yuck, hate thinking of that. Like, who is Louis to say where women's abilities lie? Look how great the red team were doing in their dinner service.
Why are these all cooked?
It's said to bake 10 minutes on 350.
Yeah, when they're on order. We're not even open yet, and you screwed it up.
Obviously, I was thrown in a kitchen with a bunch of circus clowns.
Tech!
Yes, chef.
Scallops are raw. Stone cold in the center, cooked on one side, and boiled underneath. I swear to God, it's the kind of you'd expect Tiger Woods to tee off with. Look at it. Rubber, rubber, rubber!
They have to start over.
It's limp and
over.
it's raw. Is it cooked? Not cooked.
Not cooked?
No, it's not cooked. Oh, my God. Why'd you throw that away, Melinda? Put a lid on top and 30 seconds cooking it. What do? You just trash it straight away. Look at all this. Who's putting all this in the bin? How much is in the bin? Look! Look! What the is this?
The red kitchen is missing
What happened to Lovely?
a chef.
I drank 4 bottles of water because I wanted it. My body was craving hydration.
What's that piece of there?
It's supposed to be salmon.
Holy, it's like a bison's penis. What is that? Stone cold, frozen salmon. Who put the salmon in the freezer?
Me. I it up.
Okay, bad example, and by no means affirms that statement, be respectful to women, but if you want my honest assessment, this was one of those spoil for choices kind of services when it came to nominations. As yes, they had to nominate 2 people, and while I'd argue Tech made the most mistakes and Lovely let her team down the most, Melinda and Amanda did make the dumbest choices in service, meriting their nominations, with the former being sent home. And believe it or not, you can do worse than her even. How so? Well, let's skip to season 8, where we have another batch of apocal and facepalm-worthy characters, including Trev failing at salads.
Who dressed that?
I did. Too much.
Too much? Do you honestly think they came here for that?
Raj failing at pizza.
Put it down, shape it. The dough's there, you can't roll it. Roll the pizza dough. Roll the pizza dough, what are you doing? Are you...
Boris himself failing at professionalism.
Raw! Come here.
Yes, sir.
So I'm telling her about a raw pizza, and you'll mimic me at the back. Now look at me. Take the piss out of me now, face.
Sabrina failing at teamwork.
Here's the 2 beef and the lamb.
2 beef and lamb. Where's the halibut?
Well, I just wanted to bring this to you, Chef.
You just what?
I wanted to bring this to you, Chef.
And where's the halibut then? And where's the garnish? Are you ready?
No, Chef.
Why are you throwing them under the bus?
I'm not, Chef.
So what the is this doing here?
And while all of them were put on the block, except Boris, who was likely in contention still, none of them were the biggest losers. That distinction goes to Lisa, who fired on the fish station and everyone just forgets about. I don't. I remember this from her.
They're not in the pan right now? What? Oh, it's right here. Oh, mangada.
This always drove me crazy. Does anyone know what that term means? Because I've never heard it anywhere else. The best I can find is Urban Dictionary saying it more or less means I have no words. So, it's the shortened version of this?
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
Okay then. But while she went home for her performance, honestly, it was kind of an ordinary flavor of bad compared to much of the rest of the kitchen. I can't say I'd be speechless if I were judging here. But you know what did leave people speechless?
It's a Mardi Gras gumbo.
Oh, God. And does it normally look like a plate of liquid?
No.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, the worst signature dish ever made, and it's not particularly close. Gordon Ramsay served it to literally every other chef, except I think Curtis, lucky if that's true, to verify he was not crazy. It's literally mulch cooked in sewer water.
It was completely repulsive. I would have rather had a cat in my mouth than have eaten that any further.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to explain that.
Vinny, what was that tasting of? A big bowl of mud.
After that visually descriptive and disturbing endorsement, I'll pass.
And unlike Julia in the last entry leaving on her best note, Antonia left on her worst as for reasons never expanded upon. She suffers from a migraine so bad that it forces her own medevac.
Antonia?
Oh, my head is hurting.
Some have theorized this being fate, but it's never confirmed if it was or not. I won't speculate. And assuming it was real, my sympathies naturally. But if people think it was fate due to her understanding she was out for depth in the competition or something, not to validate anything unsubstantiated, but she has since left cooking. It's in the realm of plausibility. We won't ever know unless she says anything, though.
I've just got word from the hospital, and Antonia will not be returning to Hell's Kitchen. But one of you is still going home tonight.
Regardless, banger premiere, and while you could argue season 9's premiere is less historic than the other two, one having the only ever mid-service opening night boot, the other having the first episode 1 medevac, this one has the second ever episode 1 medevac. And not to shade Antonia, but while few if any details for her exit are present, we get plenty for Jason's medevac as he suffered from dehydration that affected his breathing.
I don't feel good at all. Jason looked like so I decided to go looking for him. I helped him over to the medic.
Oh, really weak.
How long has this been going on for?
I've been breathing like this for the past hour.
Minutes before service, Jason is rushed to the hospital, and Chef Ramsay lets the chefs in on his status.
Unfortunately, Jason's been taken to the hospital. He'll be on a few days of bed rest. He will not be returning back to Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I touched upon this before also. It's a shame it happened to him, but at least season 12 happened shortly after, and he got a much-deserved resurgence, basically proving that had he stayed on season 9, he'd have been in contention for one of the strongest links in the blue team, which they desperately needed. And maybe you could argue the service from them and the red team, mostly at the fall of Elise, but I have a separate video dedicated to that, are less bad, but they're still bad. The main reason for Jerome and the blue team being the garnish station, courtesy of Monterey and Brendan. The latter inexplicably trying to turn around on Paul. Yeah, I can't follow this either.
Monterey, why are you giving me garnish?
Got fired a little bit too early, chef.
So what does garnish go with?
Garnish go with the entree, chef.
Right, so are the entrees ready?
No, chef.
So why are you even sending them on their own? Monterey, Brandon, I've got a Wellington cooked perfectly, but where's the garnish?
Monterey, I got this. Yeah, you got just a big old bag of what the
Watch the potatoes, they're about to burn.
Got him.
Look, pull them up.
We're waiting on the side. Brendan, look at me. The potatoes in front of you, the burnt. You're standing over them.
Brendan want to sit there and puff out his chest. I know how to do this. I'm the man. Bro, you suck.
Paul, how'd you feel?
Irate. I waited for potatoes and carrots.
Brendan,
Are you not bothered, or is it just...
We'll try not to let him down next time, Chef. I'm really happy for Paul that he actually learned how to cook proteins.
You want to pull him out right now, man? I mean, that what you want? I mean, we can lay him out on the table if you want.
See, the edit either left stuff out since we'd yet to see Paul muck up proteins once in the episode, or Brendan is just delusional. Fat chance of that being the case. That's as crazy as saying he somehow wasn't one of the first nominees, because he wasn't. No, I'm not kidding there.
You ever pull that on me again, I will slap you across the
Shut up, dumpling.
Yeah, the only two things funnier than that possibility are that 3 chefs, including Monterey, were nominated over him, and the fact that the other 2 were a byproduct of one of the funniest first service Hindenburgs I'd ever seen. I mean it. You got Chino making jokes about his own heritage, Steven bringing up springy scallops, and both of them, plus Tommy, being relegated to the chef's table like little kids. This service was a riot.
One chef may have just burned his last chance with Chef Ramsay.
I burned the miso cod. You know, I should know too, because I'm Asian.
Get out of my sight. Sit down. Scott, get him peeling onions, garlic, but away from the stove. Hey, come here. Just touch.
They're springy, Chef.
They're what?
Springy. When you spring back, usually they're ready.
That rubbery.
Sorry, Chef.
Sit down and eat them. Enjoy your springy scallops. Let me know how you feel halfway through. Hey, rock and roll. Bozo, come here. I go from springy to boil bits of... Take a seat and eat them. 1, 2, 3 of you, all on the fish station.
I jumped over to help out,
Yeah,
Chef.
I wish you'd jump in the oven. That would make my life a lot easier.
And yeah, due to this, Steven goes home, and thus ended the golden age of Hell's Kitchen double boot premieres. But man, when you got 3 seasons having killer opening numbers like this, it only invites more possibilities to how explosive and eye-catching every one of those seasons will be. People only ever get one first impression, and these services get some of the worst for reviews, but some of the best for watchability.
Melinda was completely lost in space. So I sent her back to whatever planet she came from. The only thing positive I can say about Lisa's performance tonight, she didn't kill anyone. I realised early on that Stephen had as much chance of being the head chef at BLT Steak as I do of winning a gold medal in figure skating.
Number 2. Season 12, Episode 10, Jessica and Ralph. If I had to make a list of the most underrated episodes in Hell's Kitchen history, I might select this. Now, that might seem silly. This episode definitely has one moment that everyone remembers, that being the result of the Cook for Your Life challenge, the episode prior, the first ever, by the way, which resulted in Jessica going home. And I doubt I'll get any opposition by saying her exit is the saddest in the entire series. Whether you take into account her real-life death not too long after or not, this is sorrowful.
Jessica, your time is done, my darling.
No, please tell me go back in line, Chef. Please. Please, Chef.
You were a great competitor.
No, Chef, I need to go back in line.
The lobster was way undercooked.
Please, Chef, go back in line. Please.
I'm sorry. You should be very proud of the work you've done. You're just not ready to be a head chef. Okay, please give me your jacket.
Like, this show is just a competition for a lot of people, I wager, but for people like Jessica, and incidentally Beth from earlier in the season, it was a lot more than that. I can't emphasize enough what a shockwave this exit was, especially after she died, but even before, this was a sucker punch.
This is my dream, and it just is so crushing. I deserve to be here. I know I do. No.
And hey, the episode could basically coast from that point on, and that'd leave enough of an impression, I think. But this is season 12. Coasting is not in its vocabulary. First, we get a laid-back, character-driven non-reward. Like, literally no challenge, just letting the contestants breathe, and since all of them had audience appeal at that point, one could just enjoy these moments.
Any questions, guys?
We can take these menus with us?
Of course you can take a menu with you, for God's sake, man. And if you happen to use the bathroom, you can use the toilet paper as well.
When everybody was like just looking around, I wanted to see if I sat everywhere in that restaurant, how do I feel sitting in there? If I didn't like the way I felt, then I wouldn't care if I lose.
It's that base menu that changes every month.
Skinny burgers.
I'm allergic to that.
Then after returning to Hell's Kitchen, Ralph is kept awake by Gabriel snoring, which could be written off as just some throwaway drama to create animosity towards the latter or sympathy for the former. But the narrative actually has this play a factor later, since the service pops up, and Christ do more people need to talk about it. Not the red team, minus a couple hiccups, they do great. No, it's the blue team that fell to pieces. Jason and the Cook for Your Life survivor Richard were the only consistent guys that service, and everyone else took a fall. From Anton barking like an unfocused Rottweiler.
Chicken's got 3 minutes. I'm waiting on fish and chips from Ralph, Chef.
No, that's not what I'm asking. 3 New York steak.
That's for the steak. What's the chicken first, guys? I know, dumbass.
To Scott being disorganized on garnish.
That's a salad. That's a
I got it. Just make another one. I clean it.
Now we're serving pissed fries and salad soaked in water.
To Ralph's lack of sleep leading him to being sick and saying up raw fish twice.
Raw fish. Because you're so fragmented and so distant from each other, we're now getting raw fish.
Just touch that. Yeah, just touch it, how wet it is.
It's not overcooked, it's like mush. It's like soaking wet, diaper fish and chips.
To Gabriel trying so hard to overcorrect his episode 2 up where he sent up raw chicken twice that he just never brought it up, always insisting he needed more time.
Everyone is waiting on Gabriel and his chicken.
How long you got, man?
8 minutes, 8 minutes. Hey, I got chicken in 5 minutes.
Talk to him again, he's yelling 5 minutes.
No. Hold on. Still got 7 minutes.
It seemed like it was 20 minutes.
I told you at the beginning of the service to get the chicken cooked.
Yes, chef.
Yeah, you're right, you can't send it out raw. But how long do you need? 45 minutes.
Yes, chef.
And all while this is happening, the team bicker against each other, basically mixing up the roles of who's lead and who's following, with all of it culminating in the red team spearheading their diners getting fed, much to their embarrassment.
Gabriel, you have 2 chickens following that. Make sure those are in right now.
Is she for real? I'm laughing at her like, are you kidding me? You sound like a 12-year-old child up there. I gotta get the chicken before I get the steak.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
I already told him 6 times. I don't want to listen.
Where's your dignity, blue team?
Anton lost our dignity.
I freaking love that line. This also serves as effective foreshadowing, such as Rochelle being an effective leader who just happens to not inspire the entire brigade, namely Anton. And speaking of, I think this is where his downfall truly began, and it is Shakespearean how they portray it. Granted, once the blue team is kicked out, he's not even in the conversation for nominees, with Scott, Ralph, and Gabriel being up for consideration. Now, it's unclear, but I think the final noms were to be Scott and Gabriel, and guess who Ramsey assigns with naming them?
Gabriel. Who was the first nominee and why?
Chef Scott, chef.
Second nominee and why?
Chef Ralph.
What's wrong, Jason?
We actually all agreed on Gabriel.
Yep, Gabriel just hijacks the noms, causing all 3 of them to go up instead. Did Gabriel save himself with this move? Maybe, but I honestly doubt it. Sure, he backed up the kitchen, but we never see him send up anything inedible or unpalatable. I think Ralph was always in hot water, even had he not been on the block.
How can you screw up fish and chips?
It was not communicated right, Chef.
Oh, you didn't talk to the fish enough?
Oh, no.
It's funny for you.
No, it wasn't.
It's not funny for me.
God, I love that. No offense to Ralph, but both times he was on the block, he got completely owned by Chef Ramsey.
I haven't really screwed up yet.
You haven't screwed up yet. Why do you find it so hard cooking lamb?
I guess careless mistakes, Chef.
Really? I thought you didn't make them.
So, yeah, with a pattern of no accountability and a little in the way of progression, Ralph became the second boot. And did y'all forget for a second that Jessica went home at the start? Because my God, that was a lot to unpack and it deserves more attention. I consider that service among the most entertaining I've ever seen, and with a team dynamic having more layers to it than a tiramisu. My condolences, Jessica. I adore this episode so much, and the only reason it's not number 1 should be obvious, but it's a warranted silver medal and a video dedicated to pears. I'd say that makes it an honorary gold medalist.
Melanie,
Yes, Chef.
he serves raw fish and chips. Watch him.
Why are you serving raw fish and chips?
How was that ass?
What a bit.
And the number 1, double boot episode in Hell's Kitchen, say it with me everyone, can speak for itself and knows who it is. Bonus points if you recognize every voice in that cameo I just incorporated.
I don't give a I ain't no bitch.
What?
I'm not no bitch.
Yeah, number 1 is season 6, episode 3, Joseph and Tony. And really, I could have kept these guys out of the thumbnail, and if fooled nobody, you knew what was topping this list. It's Joseph's rage quit, a scene so integral to this show that I think every Hell's Kitchen montage finds a way to work it in somehow. It's the obvious correct pick, and I dare say it's the number 1 best episode in Hell's Kitchen history. Well, I say number 2, and before you drive me away with torches and pitchforks, the true number 1 in my opinion is the episode that came immediately before it, which has literally the same moment, but a slightly more entertaining service on top of it. That plus the fact no elimination officially happens, Joseph's aftermath doesn't come until episode 3, are the only things separating the level of greatness these episodes share. But yeah, you want to hear me sing the praises of Joseph fighting with Gordon Ramsay? I can literally quote it word for word. I've done so in the past.
I ask the fucking questions, you give the fucking answers. Fuck that shit, dog. I ain't coming for that. You want a fucking jacket? You want to talk some shit? Let's go step outside, motherfucker.
I have this moment embedded in my DNA. I could get in a car crash that gave me amnesia, and somehow my brain would still retain every single word spoken by Joseph, Ramsay, Robert, Ariel, Suzanne, Tag. You get my point. All parties who spoke in this contributed to this singular greatest reality TV show moment being etched into my very soul.
He's trying to bring the best out of you. You gotta look
You wanna
past
bring the
that.
best out of me.
Yeah, show some respect.
Shut your mouth. That's what you should do right now.
And while nothing ever tops this moment, that doesn't mean the episode loses intrigue. Far from it. We then get the elimination pleas to include Tony, who leaping lizards came unprepared.
I love to cook. I love to make things taste really good. I want to learn a lot. I wish I could have another chance.
I mean, Elliot's plea is still worse since Tony did want to stay, but this was despondent. Like, did he just see the writing on the wall and lost all faith before he even opened his mouth? Because whatever the reason, it's a shame, but Robert gets swapped to the blue team as a result, and without skipping a beat, we get a reward service with Robert's team losing. Yeah, the entire season he takes part in one reward. No matter the season he's on, Robert's luck with rewards was like sensibility inside Congress. It's rarely seen if it's there to begin with.
Utilize all the ovens. Gotta give me time in this bread. I gotta get more in.
Man, use all the ovens.
You have to be told that?
But it's not like he caused their loss. That was thanks to perennial season 6 screw-up Andy, a lesser recognized donkey in Hell's Kitchen legendary. And it leads to a punishment I've discussed before, and the second most iconic thing about this season, Tanel's fight with Ramsay is third, the origin of Dave and Kevin's season-long injuries. Well, Dave's was season-long. I feel like the edit kind of glanced over Kevin's most of the time after, but maybe I missed something.
My wrist is really screwed up. It was really swollen. I'm scared that I can't feel the tips of my fingers.
A chef needs to stand and move fast. How the hell am I gonna do that with 2 bum ankles?
Still, those are core memories for this show for me, and I do mean in the inside-out sense. This episode gave the Hell's Kitchen community 2 of the most important moments in the show's run. And it all ends with another precarious service that further prefigured later rivalries like Suzanne versus Tennille and Robert versus Andy. And we get the classic Hell's Kitchen mistakes like Lovely's subpar weighing skills and Amanda having not heard 3 is a magic number from Schoolhouse Rock.
I've got 8 chops. I'm missing 1. 3 threes are what?
3.
3 threes of 3. 3 times 3 is what?
6, Chef.
6? Oh my
9.
God.
Don't worry, I'm not May not be able to add or multiply whatever he wants, but I can definitely cook.
Amanda.
Yes, Chef.
12 threes.
9, Chef.
Oh my God.
36, Chef.
My God, this show has everything. It's not all bad though. The service ends commendably with Ariel and Kevin's stellar leadership, a non-elimination because duh. And even Gordon Ramsay harking back to the best moment the show would ever see, and doesn't that just say it all?
And I've got one more thing to say to you. In fact, to you all. I'm nobody's bitch.
2 eliminations, 2 services, 2 feuds in the second service, and all for the second showing of Joseph Tonelli calling himself a bitch.
I'm liking the twos today. Must be Tuesday.
That clip was obligatory. I had to put it in there. If this doesn't convert people to this show, then frankly, nothing will. And that's why I consider Season 6, Episode 3 to be the #1 best double boot episode in Hell's Kitchen.
Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation.
I can't believe that happened, but at least I was there to see it.
And that was my ranking of the top 10 double boot episodes in Hell's Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, as I always do. I don't care how many HK videos there are out there. I have yet to hit the ceiling with top 10 lists for this show. With that said, they may take a back seat for the time being on this channel because I've got something a touch more ambitious plan going forward. A minimum 24 video series, and if you can gather by context, that means, yes, a video for every season of Hell's Kitchen in one particular aspect that I think deserves a visual medium, and to the best of my knowledge, hasn't gotten one yet. Some of you may already know what I'm talking about, but for those who don't, a little clue on your way out.
That, quite frankly, is the worst risotto I've ever tasted in my entire cooking career.
I don't even know how you have the nerve to bring me that.
Yeah, chef, that's me.
Are you executive chef? Do you actually cook in your restaurants?
Yes, I did.
Do me a big favour.
Yes, chef.
Yeah? Get your apron off, get packed, and off out. First, get out! Get out!
Yes, chef.
You, big boy, are out of your league, big time. And I personally can't go an inch further.
But more on that to come later. In the meantime, I have something a touch more pressing to attend to. A special milestone for my channel, and I can't wait to get it out to you all ASAP.
99 red balloons.